Well, hi, it's Robin Sharma, and I'm here in London. I'm here doing Icon X London. Icon X London is part of a program called Icon X, where I work with a small, very exclusive elite group of private coaching clients. And we go to Rome, we go to London. And I just finished my morning run here in London, a city that I really adore. And I ran along the embankment and through Covent Garden, up through Trafalgar Square, and then into Soho. And there's just something special. I love running, I love mountain biking, I love skiing, but one of the things I really love doing is running when I'm traveling. It just keeps me on my game. But this Facebook Live is really not about me, of course, it's about you. And I really want to talk about some leadership ideas. I won't be here very long today. I'm going to start my program with my icons pretty soon. And I want to see who's showing up here. So we have Teresa, we have Satya, we have Roberta, we have Heba, Laverne, we have Avinash from India. Tell me where you're from as well, ladies and gentlemen, so I can acknowledge you and celebrate you. Because part of leadership is really celebrating people. If you're in a restaurant and you have a server who is on their game, make the time to celebrate them. If you are on the street and you're just coming out of a taxi and the taxi driver has been excellent and optimistic and the taxi he's driving is clean and he's radiating pride, make the time to honor him. Going through life celebrating human beings and encouraging their best is a great way to spend the rest of your life. The other day in the coffee shop, I was doing some business meetings and some coffee had spilt on our table, and the server came over and my guest said, "Look, I'm sorry, I spilled some coffee." And the server just took the time and showed the compassion and said, "Oh, no, that's what the tablecloths are for." And later on I went down and I actually looked for him and I told him, I said, I just want to acknowledge you and appreciate you for the way you treated my guest. He made him feel good. So it's those little things. But I want to share 4 simple leadership tactics with you today. And who else is coming on? We have Karan from Mumbai. Nice to see you. Mahesh, I'm inspired to see you as well. Sanai from Abu Dhabi. Nadine from Lebanon. We have Hugo Marcel from you're a Mauritian in Warsaw, Poland. Fantastic. So first thing, it's very simple, but smile. When you walk around the world, how many people are smiling, radiating optimism? And a smile is the shortest distance between two human beings. And I think I read that somewhere, so it's not my quote. But smiling is a great way to connect. And when you connect with people, they start to trust you and they open up to you. And when people open up to you, that's when the magic starts to happen. So when you're with your team, when you're at the office, don't do it in a plastic or artificial way, but do it in a real way and just practice smiling. In the hometown where I live, there's a restaurant I love going to, and there's one server there, and his name is Ricky, and every time you see him, he just has this massive smile. And so one day I sat down with him because I love deconstructing things that I am impressed by. And I said, "Why do you smile so much?" He said, "Robin, I just practiced smiling for a couple of months, and now I can't stop smiling." So number 1, you want to be a better leader, you want to be an A player, you want to eventually rise to being a titan and then even higher to an icon. Just go through life smiling. And that sounds very simple, but it's so important because it's that first impression. It shows that you're open, shows that you're positive, shows that you're happy. And we know this, but happy people become happy leaders. Number 2, today I want you to really focus on reclaiming your power. You see, there are a series of fake powers. I teach them at my live event, Personal Mastery Academy, which will be in June in Toronto at the Ritz-Carlton this year. Just go over to personalmasteryacademy.com. But I teach the 5 fake powers, and they are things like money, status, right? Material things. Those are fake powers. You lose them, you lose the power. There's a much deeper power, and those are the 5 true powers. And one of the true powers is really being comfortable in your own skin, being authentic, like being an authentic human being where you are being yourself. You're comfortable in your own skin. You're living your values. You're doing your mighty mission. You know how wealthy that is? There are a lot of billionaires, money is all they have. And so what I want you to do today is to start practicing, because what you practice gets better. You know, world class is a muscle, leadership is a muscle, being a titan is a muscle. The more you practice, the better you're going to be. And I want you to practice reclaiming your power. And here's what you do. Everything that you are afraid to do owns your power. The difficult conversation you're frightened to have with a teammate, the project you're feeling uncomfortable about doing, those things have your power. By doing the things you are resisting, you take your power back. Simple. And the more you do that every day, the more you become world class at fearlessness. Number 3, I really want you to dial in your morning routine. So owning your morning allows you to win your day. You know I'm writing the 5 a.m. club. You know I've been teaching it for almost 20 years. You know my 20-20-20 formula that has helped millions of people multiply their productivity, their performance, their mindset, their heart set, their game. So I'm going to get this book done. It's going to come out in 2017. A lot of you have been asking, Robin, when are you going to finish the 5 a.m. club? I'm seeing a lot of my students starting to write books on 5 a.m., putting up websites on 5 a.m., but I'll be finishing the 5 a.m. club, and I'll be making it available to you in 2017. I just want to make it the best book I've ever written. But you really do want to get your morning routine right. For those of you who are just joining, you know, I got up this morning and, you know, I've been on the road, but I took the time to put on my running shoes, which are right here, and I went down to Trafalgar Square, through Soho, down by the Embankment, up through Shaftesbury Avenue, and through Covent Garden. And now I feel fantastic. So the way you start your day isn't the way you have to feel if you do a workout. And then we know you reduce cortisol, the fear hormone, you release serotonin, oxytocin, dopamine. You create a pharmacy of mastery in your brain. And, you know, if you get up at 5 and you go running and then you do the protocol, by 6 o'clock, you are a force of nature. But you want to get your morning routine right. Another thing you could do is just write your favorite quotes on cards and review them every morning. You can meditate, which is very profound. You can write in a journal. You can do mirror work by working on your subconscious mind. You can pray. You can do yoga. You can. Oh, one of the things I love to do, I have it right here. But you can write in a journal. I do mind maps here for IconX. IconX. I mean, we've got an IconX, and they just work on their mind map. So, and as I mentioned, IconX is my elite private coaching small group. We're here in London for 2 days of meetings and adventures and coaching. So you want to dial in your morning routine. And then the final thing I'll leave you with, because I've got to get going. I'd love to stay with you for the whole morning, but I got to start teaching pretty soon. But you want to show up with honor today. And that's a word I've really been playing with, honor. You want to be on time, because if you're not early, you're late. You want to keep your promises. Actually, you want to under-promise and you want to over-deliver. You want to be the most honest person in every room that you're in. You want to be kind. You want to be fierce around your values, but you want to be really kind. But this word honor, I want you to deconstruct it. I want you to play with it. I want you to think about it. Like, just because it's not popular, remember, to have the results only the icons or the titans have. You know about my Titan Summit, and for everyone asking, we are sold out in Zurich this year. You want to get to the Titan Summit next year in Toronto. It's going to be December 7, 8, 9, and 10 at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel in Toronto. Just go to thetitansummit.com and get on the waiting list. This year, I got to say it again, the Titan Summit in Zurich with Steve Wozniak and my all-star faculty is sold out. But today, show up at honor, show up with love, show up with mastery, because if you want to get the results very few people have, you just have to be willing to do and think and install the rituals and live a life that very few people are willing to do. I think sacrifice is diminished sacrifice, everyone wants things so quickly, but sacrifice is necessary if you want to be a world-class athlete. Sacrifice is necessary if you want to be a world-class entrepreneur. Sacrifice is necessary if you want to be a history maker, okay?